Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Different Brooke, and guess what? It's 2018, guys. Woo! Hold up, y'all. Before we get into that, let's just rewind a little bit of 2017. So, first things first, my 2017 started off with an amazing bang. I was interviewed for my first huge radio show interview at Keeping It 100. I'm having like a word stuff, I don't even know. But yes, Keep It 100 interviewed me, and it was amazing. I did it with my sister Marsha, and it was the first huge thing that I ever did that represented me as a brand, and I was just so excited that they allowed me to be on the show. Shout out to Choco and Raging Bull. Thank you for that opportunity, because I became a guest co-host on their show, and from that I was able to work for Coco and Lemon, a fashion / lifestyle brand that includes everything in the spectrum of life, literally, like from beauty, fashion, lifestyle, you name it. And I was able to get hired for that, and it was just like a turning point. I went from 7 years ago being this girl that stuttered, that wished I could be a host for 106 in Park, to actually doing the things that I thought I never could do, because I prayed for it. Simply, I prayed for every one of those opportunities, and God's timing, it's so real. It came right on time, where I found myself completely confident in my skin, completely know who I was, so that when I was on these platforms, I would know who I am and who I wanted to portray, and not be manipulated or taken advantage of. So yeah, so I started working for Coco and Lemon, and it was like amazing. Like, when I tell you, my first event that I covered was the Fashion Addicts times the Fashion 500 Club. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry guys. They had a huge award ceremony / pop-up fashion shop, and I was able to attend, and from there it was awesome. I did my first celebrity interview. I went to Ursula Rihanna stylist event, and it just amazing things start to happen, right? And here I am, just like soaring, yes, just winning, and then all of a sudden just crazy things started happening. And it really stemmed from this relationship that I was in. So I was glowing, like I'm glowing now, but I was glowing, and I ended up in a relationship with someone that I had basically given a chance prior to, and it didn't work. And I just, you know, decided like, okay, maybe we've both changed. We're at a different place in our lives. We're doing our thing. And it really just brought me down. It brought me all the way down. I felt like it was a distraction. So everything that I was working on, I started to spend more time and energy into helping that person. And I still was doing me, but it took away from my spiritual time with God. It took away, and all of a sudden after that, like that relationship happened, every one of my relationships, like it was the year of attack of the relationships for me. And so basically it just was kind of crazy emotionally for me after that. and just certain things started happening with my health and my finances, and it was just like, whoa. And everything kind of went on a halt. You know, my website was stopped, my there were situations that happened where I couldn't, you know, really work on my creative aspects. I had to just work to like pay my bills. I left my apartment to go back to my mom's house, and I just felt like, what the hell's going on? Like, I thought that this was supposed to be my year, and I thought that I was going up and not backwards. But everything happens for a reason, and the big word of the day is transition. You're going to hear that a lot in this video because that is one of the blessings of 2017. I learned what transitioning is, and I also learned what alignment is for myself and my life, and how major that was, because that's why I'm glowing now. Okay, so let's get right into the 5 things that I actually want to tell you I took away from that crazy year. The first thing that I took away is procrastination is evil. That is number 1. So my sister Marsha, she is so ambitious, and she's younger than me, but I'm so proud of her because she is someone who is a go-getter like me, but she does not wait for no one or nothing. She just goes after what she wants. She demands what she wants, and most importantly, she doesn't procrastinate. She makes it her business to always be on time and diligent with the day that she has. And she taught me this when we went to go I actually went with her to go get her a tattoo, and I felt, you know, I had prayed about it, and some people were like, oh, are you Christian? Yeah, I'm a Christian, but I have a personal relationship with God, and a strong personal relationship with God, and I prayed about that, and he gave me the heads up, like, for that, because it's my authenticity more than anything. Like, I believe that all of us are called to do certain things, and me getting my tattoo was actually a cover-up, was a way of me expressing more of who I am. For such a long time, I thought so much about what people cared about, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get the tattoo removed that I originally had. Whatever the case may be, I'm going to save that story for another day. But I went with her to go get her tattoo, and she invited me to go, and it was good because she's always traveling for school and stuff like that, so it was like family bonding time, and I love that with her. Like, I love catching up with her. So in that process, you know, I was running late and I was doing things, and she was like, yo, we have to be on time. Like, we have to be on time. So I'm going with her, and she's talking about certain things and how if she had not been on time, or if she had delayed what she needed to do a certain day for another day, it wouldn't have happened. For example, if she didn't go after the internship with the radio show, my interview wouldn't have happened, because she felt tired from working the day that she started interning from them, but she decided, like, yeah, I'm not going to procrastinate when I know that this is what I have to do right now. So let me get out this bed, let me get dressed and go. And from there, it led for me to have that window of opportunity come to me, and that blessing come to me. So what I'm basically saying is that procrastination is straight up evil in life. It's almost like saying you have more time than you do. It's almost like being entitled. Every single day you wake up, we don't know if you're going to be here the next day. You know, God willing, of course, and God forbid anything. I'm not trying to speak anything negative. But it's like every day is accounted for. So if you just lay in bed and you know, and I've been there. I've been through depression. I've been through some things, guys. But if you let what you can do get away from you today, it's going to be so much harder. And sometimes you won't get that same opportunity back. If you wait on writing that book, writing that song, there's a window of time for that to happen. And I'm not saying it can never happen. It's just like, do it. Don't wait. Like, just do it. A lot of times I've heard people say that are successful, I wish I did it sooner. They just procrastinated. They let fear get in the way of it. And I believe that procrastination comes from fear or laziness. It comes with a combination of the two. Thinking that you can't do something, or thinking that you have way more time than you do, and just entitlement. And I feel like procrastination is evil. Last year taught me that if I wait to do something, it will never happen. Seize the day. Carpe diem. So that was principle number 1 that I learned, or lesson number 1 that I learned. Number 2, don't expect anything from anyone except respect. Believe in yourself, pray for yourself, love yourself, save for yourself, and invest in yourself. Embrace your process. So basically how I learned all of that is that my relationships went haywire. From my best friend to my family members, there was haywire. Haywire. Yeah. So with that being said, I was left alone a lot, like from breakups to arguments and to misunderstandings. I was left, you know, to realize that if I want something done in my life, do it first for myself. If I want someone to treat me right, set boundaries, healthy boundaries for myself. Set a standard for myself so that people can meet it. And that's it. It doesn't mean that I'm better than anyone else. It doesn't mean that, like, I don't do the whole, if you're not a Christian or if you're not this or if you're not exactly like me, I don't do that. I just don't do negativity. So for me, setting a standard where I'm this positive person, I love myself, I love people, it is going to attract that. It's going to attract the same like-minded people. And if you don't spend that time setting boundaries for yourself, you're not going to be able to set boundaries for anybody else to follow. And I learned that the hard way. I learned that from people disrespecting me, from taking advantage of me. And I learned that that's not going to happen in 2018. Because I learned if I can love myself, if I can respect myself, if I can set healthy boundaries that I expect people to meet, then that's amazing. I will never have to deal with those situations again, just for the fact that I did my due diligence in investing in myself. And I'm not requiring anything from anybody else that I don't give myself. So, and also too, financially, I went through a lot of struggles. And I'm not saying that, you know, the struggle was real. But I could have done better financially for saving for myself. And because of it, I was asking for help. And I had a rude awakening where, you know, even though, like I said, I'm a giving person, I'm a loving person, and my friends and family members, they have helped me, and they have been there for me. But it's almost like, do for yourself. Make sure you have yourself. Make sure you have a little savings for a rainy day. And I know it's hard, especially coming from nothing and then trying to do everything, trying to maintain and to save. But when you have your financial life correct for yourself, people cannot be in your business. And people, you know, regardless, they're gonna, you know, people are gonna be disrespectful if they're gonna be disrespectful. But if you have it for yourself and you take care of yourself, when you do need it, of course, God will provide. He's a provider. He will make a way, which he did many, many times for me last year, out of no way. But let's not live in the grace. Let's not live in the place where we're always needing someone's help. Let's be the help. Let's be the lender, not the borrower. Let's get our financial and our mental and our love up for ourselves, so that when we do have people around us, they match that and they understand that you do for yourself. And if you really need it, you really need it. So I'm not saying that I didn't. I just noticed that I'm not someone to be negative. I've heard people say that's why I don't expect anything from anybody. No, that's not the right train of thought. I just know that by all means necessary, make sure you have it for yourself. Make sure you invest in yourself. Make sure you give to yourself. Make sure you love yourself, embrace yourself, so that everybody else can match that. period. So 2018, guys, we're gonna be bowling. I'm a mess right now, but we are gonna be bowling. We're gonna be saving. We're gonna be investing in ourselves. We're gonna be investing in our dreams. Like this camera right now that I'm on. I know y'all know this, that I'm glowing. I'm glowing. Like, invest in yourself first, and everyone else, everything else will follow. And God always invests in you no matter what. Even if you feel like you don't have anything right now, God is investing breath in you. That is a promise to you that He has a plan for you. He has so much in your future. Jeremiah 29:11. For He knows the plans that He has for you, plans to prosper you, plans to give you future and hope, plans not to harm you. Make it very clear, not to harm you. We will go through struggles, and that's just life, because we live with people. We live in the earth. We live in tumultuous times, but God will make a way for you. He's investing in you, and the way that you know that is that, take a breath. He's investing in you. So if you have to say, you know what, because He's doing that, which I have, because He's investing in me, because He loves me, because He cares about me, I can do that for myself. All right. Lesson number 3 that I learned from 2017 is, don't let trials, tribulations, or circumstances change you for the worst. And I put parentheses, people issues. So it's perfect timing. I just talked about how my relationship's going haywire. I fell off with God. Yeah. I fell off with God. I didn't want to pray. I felt so hurt. Hurt people hurt people. I felt like I had worked so hard, and I had given so much, and I had loved on people so much, and when I felt like I really needed it, I felt like I didn't have it. And yeah, and because of it, I was like, God, I'm tired. I'm tired of being this nice person. I'm tired of giving it my all. I'm tired of like believing and pouring and not having anything for myself, because I'm always doing for everyone else. Yeah, that wasn't See, the thing is, if you let trials and tribulations or circumstances or people change you for the worse, it's like tenfold of whatever they did to you. For example, if somebody pushed me and all of a sudden I decide to be angry and push other people and be bitter Betty, I just messed up, not just that moment, I messed up maybe months of my life, or I messed up having friends that I should have, or, you know, just being, I became this negative person. I allowed that person to have that much power to change me. I allowed not having finances to make me feel like I have no value. I allowed, you know, people to not be present the way that they needed to for so long, that I start to feel like, what's the point? What's the point of praying and being present in my relationship with God? Psych, never again. I will never ever do that again, because that in itself was a lesson. Like, God is good all the time, and I realized that even when people aren't, and you know, He's there. And if the only thing you can do is pray, is the best thing you can do, because when you have God, you have everything. So your relationship's not working out, your job's not working out, this is not working out, don't quit on the only person that's constantly there, that never changes, that's not bipolar, that's not crazy, that's not going through changes like all of us are. Like, stick to Him and keep your faith. Like, keep your faith. That's actually the last point, but let's segue to the next one. You know, just get better, not bitter. Hashtag. Obedience, number 4. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Yeah. So that relationship I was talking about earlier, God told me. And it's interesting. Like, you know, we'll have another day where we talk about how you hear God, whatever. But for me, I started to tell the signs spiritually and then physically. Like, my relationship became very toxic. Very, very toxic. And it took so much out of me, verbally abusive, and just, thank God it wasn't physically abusive. That was not my testimony, but it could have got there. It really could have gone there. But I was holding on to something that was literally draining me and slowly killing me. And so I realized that when God told me let it go, that it's better that I sacrifice that relationship for my well-being. You know, in a practical sense, if you're not spiritual, if you're not Christian, whatever, in a practical sense, you know, sometimes you have to sacrifice being around negative environments to grow and develop and thrive. Sometimes you have to sacrifice relationships, behaviors, patterns that you know are not good for you, so that you can be successful in life and be a better person, because that's what this whole life is about. You're supposed to get better and better each day. The only competition you have is within yourself, like being better than the person you were yesterday. So obedience is better than sacrifice, because if God tells you, hey girl, let that relationship go, you better get you better get your Beyonce on and I don't think you're ready for this jelly, and move out the way so that he can just provide you with healthy relationships and just everything better. Because that's exactly what happened when I let that go. It's almost like I got my first real public access TV hosting gig the week that I let that relationship go. So that's all I need to tell you. Yeah, that's it. And the last lesson that I learned for 2017 was keep your faith. In parentheses, I put integrity, character, and strength is everything. So you're gonna go through things. Everybody goes through things. Rich, poor, happy, sad, everybody goes through things. But the difference between someone who is successful and someone who is woe is me is their mindset, their perception in life. And so keeping your faith allows you to continue being excellent in spirit. It allows you to continue to have hope, you know, like, because there will be times things will get rough, but if you have hope, if you have a belief that things will get better, you know, it will get better. You will get better. And in the process of you getting better, things will get better. I think that we go through things to grow up. I honestly feel like things happen in life to change us and to mold us to better people. Now, you can either do two things. You can change and mold into something completely negative, or you can change and mold and learn from the situation, like I'm talking about 2017 when it got crazy. Instead of being like, 2017 need to go, Sharkeisha. Y'all remember that video? 2017 needs to go. Okay, she needs to go. Instead of being like that, Ratchita, I decided to say, wow, I need to go through all of those things last year so that I could weed out the relationships that were not for me, that I could find myself and, you know, really step out in faith in areas I thought that I would never be able to. You know, God in his timing knew that I would be able to handle going on a radio show and not feeling big-headed, or going in those atmospheres with celebrities and not losing my faith, or like being who I am, not changing up because nobody's gonna like that. Like, no, like, you know, I shined even brighter because I was completely who I am. So I feel like 2017 was a year of lessons and a year to show me, yeah, you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything as long as you keep praying, as long as you keep believing, and as long as you are excellent. Excellent things are going to come your way. And when they don't go the way that you plan it, it's okay. Learn from it, keep it moving. And so I hope I was able to help you guys. Happy New Year. I know I'm so excited. Like, I'm just so excited. I hope you guys can feel it. This year is going to be your year, because last year helped you get balance. This year, it's soaring time. So I feel like we're all about to just get out the caterpillar cocoon and just fly. Wait, let me get my Beyonce and just fly our wings and do our thing. And so I hope you all understand that this is your year, your time to soar, your time to be amazing. 2017 is out of here, and apply all the lessons you learned Feel free to tell me in the comment box all the things that you learned for 2017. Love you guys. I'll keep praying for you. Blessings. And I just keep doing these hand gestures like I'm Millie rocking. Woo! Love you guys. Peace out.